Gary, Indiana is coming through. Gary, Indiana is here for you. Gary, Indiana has come to play, because that's the Gary, Indiana way. Hey everybody, Gary, Indiana here, and tonight we are going to give you the girth, all right? So we're doing Christmas specials, Christmas spectacular stuff. We got the night before Christmas. We got Christmas stories. We got fun tales of Gary's past, present, and future. And you might be wondering where Gary got an axe from. Well, wouldn't you like to know? Mind your own beeswax, okay? Gary's got an axe. Deal with it. Coming up next on the Girthy Gary Internet, the Gary Internet. The Girthy Gary Internet Hospital, Girthy Hogs Network, Gary, Indiana, hogging the airwaves with Gary, Indiana.
I'm Gary, Indiana, and I'd like to wish you the merriest of Christmases. I just think you're so sweet and so pure. I'm so glad I was lucky enough to know you.
Christmas sing along. Let the snow fall down. It's not so rainy today, 'cause it's cold enough to snow. It's so cold, it's almost Christmas. And when it warms up, it won't be Christmas, 'cause it'll be the spring and Christmas is in the winter.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time, and there's no better time than now to get on the Gary, Indiana Girthy Hogs Network Christmas hats. These are perfect size for your tiny little Peter, or they're perfect for the ladies out there for your enormous clitorises. It might make it a little easier for the fellas to find. Win-win situation. Okay? So you can put these on your penis head, you can put them on your giant clit, whatever you want to do. We got them. So right now, if you go to girthyhogsnetwork.com and you enter promo code 34GB, lowercase a, C, pound sign, 6976 4222221 GB underscore 3X, you will get 10% off your next order of a Girth box. So go ahead and do that. Holiday season, we're giving back 1% of all our proceeds are going to the Gary, Indiana Fund. And that fund is to get Gary, Indiana a new window unit for his apartment. Mine's on the fritz. So please donate if you're kind. You know, paying alms, isn't that what Jesus was all about? Tonight, in the spirit of Christmas, Gary, Indiana is going to read The Night Before Christmas. That's like the big, that's the big deal. So we can't wait for that. I'm sure Gary's going to really nail it. If I can get serious for a second, right here, this is what it's all about. It's just baby Jesus. And sometimes when I'm at the grocery store around the holidays, it really, really, really bothers me. Like today, I went to the grocery store. Okay, I'm not going to name any names, but it rhymes with mall and cart. So I went to mall cart, if you know what that means. Well, I was in aisle 7, which is where the Tostitos are, because I'm a big Tostitos man. I can tell you that right now. And then this guy, this jagoff, he just rams right into my cart. He just rams into my cart. I said, sir, what are you doing, man? I'm trying to shop here. And he said, dude, I want sugar beans. I want the sugar beans. And I said, what are you talking about, man? This is the tortilla chip aisle. I'm looking for Tostitos. I'm trying to get queso dip. What are you talking about? Sugar beans. And he slammed his hands on the cart and he said, I want sugar beans. Sugar beans. Sugar beans. And I said, no, sir. This is the chip aisle. The bean aisle is aisle 3. You're in aisle 7. There's 4 aisles in between. There's no freaking beans here, dude. And he just was adamant. He said, sugar beans, sugar beans, sugar beans. And I said, no. I was getting so fed up. I wanted to slam the cart back at him, but I was being a good man. It's the holiday spirit. It's Christmas time. I wasn't going to hit this old man. I wanted to. But then Barry pipes up and he says, oh, sir, he's right. The beans are in aisle 3. And I said, whoa, Barry, I already freaking told him that. And I snatched his ID badge right off his chest. And I put it on mine. So I work here now. I already did this. We've already been through this. I told this old man that beans were in aisle 3. Where were you, Barry? Where were you? He was looking for brown sugar beans. They're baked beans. They're in aisle 3. Without further ado, here is Gary, Indiana, reading the timeless classic, The Night Before Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody, from everybody here at the Girthy Hogs Network, especially Gary, Indiana. Today, I am going to read you Twist the Night Before Christmas in true holiday splendor. Okay, here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. To the moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came. And he wished and he shouted and he called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet and Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, to the window, to the walls. And he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As it drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump and a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and fulfilled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. Pervert. And laying his finger aside from his nose and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Merry Christmas! Girthy Hogs, a Girthy Hogs production.